Well, the darker days always go back to my actual platform. Like that's what I do. I go to my YouTube page, I go to my TikTok, I go to my Facebook, my Instagram, and when I scroll and see that, like I start laughing a little bit, that's what pulls me right back out of it.
Welcome back to another episode of Love's Music. Today, I spoke with the hilarious Theo Smith, the host of Please Don't Irk Me, show on YouTube that's blowing up, does street interviews. Guy is absolutely hilarious. I have him on the show today. He talks a little bit about monetizing, how to actually turn that content into real dollars that you can spend and improve your life with. And we had an incredible time. I can't wait to share this one with you. Come on. All right, folks. So I am here with Theo Smith from the Please Don't Irk Me show, blowing up on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the different social media platforms. Theo, I am excited to have this conversation with you.
Listen, I am beyond excited. Like literally, like you have no idea how excited I am to be a part of your platform, to be a part of what you're doing. I love your videos. I watched some of your interviews, the previous ones that came out, and I'm just so stoked to even be here that you wanted me on.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's so encouraging too, man. Because as an older guy trying to break into media and set up a show, it really does feel like a young man's sport. So when you see somebody just doing so many things well, it's encouraging. It's a little daunting, but it's also encouraging as well. You do. I mean, the personality, the character, the organization, just the way you move on social media. Like myself, I'm sure there's a lot of people really looking up at you, at what you're doing. Something that you do exceptionally well. A lot of people, when they try to do these shows, right? They either keep it real to a fault. I'm not going to do anything that deviates from me. This me, me how I talk. This me. Or they try to become a character, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I'm gonna be this, and it's like, oh, dude, you're like playing who? I don't even see the person.
Right, and you're being weird.
Yeah. You do have. There is like the Please Don't Irk Me character, but all it is illuminating the best parts of who you already are. So it still comes off very authentic, very fun, very engaging. Like you can't turn the videos off. So you do that exceptionally well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Can you take me through your mindset? Like is that something you just like switch on as soon as you hit record? Or is that just
it's literally just me. Like, yesterday I went out with some friends and they all were drinking and I was just having water. And so they were just like, you're not gonna drink, you're not gonna drink. I was just like, I'm the same drunk and sober. So y'all gonna get the same Theo either way. It doesn't even matter. But of course, when I do my show, the Please Don't Irk Me show, I do feel like I do amplify it a little bit more because some people say that my personality is very infectious, and I just want to make sure that the people feel comfortable when they come onto my show. When you were on the show, I was just saying like, just make sure you have fun, make sure that your personality comes out, because that's the only way that the people are going to want to be attentive to your video. So yeah, I mean, this is me literally 24/7, unless I'm like home. I'm just like chilling in my bed. I'm just trying to relax and things like that. You don't get Mr. Please Don't Irk Me. You don't get that side. No.
Yeah.
But when I'm out and about, I always treat it like you never know who you might meet. You never know who you might engage with. You never know whose day you could turn around. And I just hope that when I am out in the world, that when people see me or when they see my videos, that I'm bringing them nothing but joy and healing and laughter. So, yeah. So this is me 100%.
I know that when we did our show, it took everything in me to get through the takes without laughing. Funny story from the viewers, right?
Remember that one time that we was literally like laughing for like 5 minutes.
It's funny. All right, so funny story for everybody. We met in a rainy day in Philadelphia. I go out to meet Theo so we can record a street interview. We pretty much just wing it, barely any rehearsal. But I mean, I kind of knew the questions ahead of time, but we just wing it. And every time you do a take, he starts with more enthusiasm. He starts out, he's like, well, hello. Well, hello. So by the third or fourth, yeah, I'm dying laughing. I can't get through the take. I'm holding, so in all of our footage, I'm bright red. If you look at I'm bright red, I'm dying laughing. I can barely answer the questions. Yo, we had a ball, didn't we?
No, we had a fun time, and that's what I wanted to be. Everybody that walked away that day said like, "Oh my gosh, I just want to be on again." Like, I just love being on the show, and even when people are excited to be a part of anything that I have, like, I really count it an honor and a privilege that people trust me, that people know that like I'm not on no BS, that like I'm very professional. I want to make sure that when people get to set or wherever that we're taping, that they know that this is business. But of course, I want to have fun, because I still gotta get home, edit this, get it out to the people and things like that. So it brings me nothing but joy that people actually want to be a part of anything that involves me. Like, it will always bring me joy. Where people are like, can I be on the next show? And I'm just like, absolutely. Like, what?
Yeah, right.
Because
Yeah.
I'm all about brands. I'm all about promoting. I'm all about collaborating. And I think that's like the way that we should go, because just like I'm not, the most popular person in the world, but I want to work with some of the most popular people to make sure that I do get there for sure.
Where'd you get the name? Please don't irk me.
Please don't irk me. So I say that all the time.
So you say the name chose you. You didn't choose
the name. Definitely chose me. So there was just one day, it just like stuck with me. And I was just like, please don't irk me. And then it just kept going because I just don't say don't irk me. I put a please in front of it.
Yeah,
I'm very nice about it. Very nice, very polite about it. But it just really stuck with me. So now everybody just calls me Mr. Please Don't Irk Me. That's just what it is.
All right, that works. So where do you see the show going? Obviously, you're trying to grow it. Right now, it is street interviews. It's on various platforms. How do you see the show evolving over, say, the next 1, 2, 3 years?
I will hope that it is all over the world by then. I will hope that my platform is in rooms and people are talking about my show and trying to get other people involved, God-minded people involved, because, some people can just, look at your show and then want to change things. But I do want to keep it the way that it is. But I expect it to be worldwide. I expect it to be global. I expect it to take over the world. And I don't say that lightly. I say that with a lot of power behind it, because I believe that God put me on this earth to bring people joy and to bring people laughter. And I know that He wouldn't give me this desire of my heart and not fulfill it to its full entirety. So I know that, and some days I feel like the show is like it's like okay, but then there's some days that I'm just like full throttle about it, and I just know that one day that God is really going to like show up and show out. He's already doing it now, and I love the things that He's doing right now. But I really feel as though there's more out there, and I don't know what that more really looks like right now. But I do know that it involves the world seeing me and seeing the people that I collaborate with each and every time I upload or post a video. So that is the goal. The goal is to get this worldwide. Another goal is to put in my 2 weeks. That's another goal too.
Yeah. Full-time art, right?
Yeah, full-time art.
It's that thing to be my main thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
And I gotta let you know, Theo, I love that about what you said. Right? It's not just a business. You are on a mission to spread light, spread good vibes, engage with a lot of different people, give people platforms that otherwise wouldn't have one. Right? I mean, obviously, you have other collaborators on there with their own followings, but I mean, there's people that otherwise nobody's interviewing. Nobody would have.
True.
People that are coming and they get a chance to laugh, share a little piece of their
and
their
just
life,
and just walk away knowing that I made your day better in some type of way. That's really the goal. That's the instant goal. Is that I just want to make sure that people feel comfortable with me.
Right. Something you mentioned earlier too that I don't want to gloss over. You said on the days, a lot of the times you're full throttle with the show, and other days you feel like you just don't have it. How do you manage the days when you wake up and you're just like, it'd probably just be a little bit easier to just go to work, and not build it. Like there's days when you wake up and you're like, I could just like quit now and just like focus on my 9 to 5. Like, how do you manage those darker days?
Well, the darker days always go back to my actual platform. Like, that's what I do. I go to my YouTube page, I go to my TikTok, I go to my Facebook, my Instagram. And when I scroll and see that, like, I start laughing a little bit, that's what pulls me right back out of it. Where I'm just like, Theo, no, we got to write this script. We got ideas in our head. We have things that need to be birthed. We have, and our life depends on it. Like my life depends on this to work out. So if some people see that, I may not text you back, I may not call you back or something like that, I promise you it's not me trying to be smart. It's just the fact that I'm so laser focused right now that I'm trying to get this done. And some people understand and some people don't. And for the people that don't understand, I'm not asking you to understand. All I'm saying is that I know that my work will speak for me. And then when you see that, things starting to go, things starting to happen, things starting to be great for me, then you'll understand like, okay, now I see why that time he probably didn't text me back right away, or that time he probably didn't call me back right away. No, it's because I'm a man on a mission and I'm going to make this thing happen. My heart is in this. My mind, my body, my soul is into this whole thing. So, and I'm going to make sure that this thing is successful. I'm going to make sure of that for sure.
And you can't deny the artistic aspect of it. Like obviously there's a production, there's engineering, there's a technical aspect, but it is at its core, it's art.
Right.
You're filling space where there wasn't any. You have a thought, that thought goes into a computer, then a button gets pushed and put a bow on it, and I give you art.
Right. No, seriously,
Right. So can you take me through your creative process? Like when you sit down, all right, show's aired, show's done, I need to come up with a new episode.
Mm-hmm.
Take me through your creative process. Are you thinking concept first, guest idea first? I have a vibe I'm trying to capture. Like take me through from zero to produce the episode.
So first thing is always the location. I always try to make sure that I'm at a area where there's a lot of people or there's like probably like a lot going on. I try to make sure that we're kind of like in the mix of something so that, because some people do stop and like watch the video or like watch like what I'm doing and things like that. So location is definitely number one. Then number two is I try to get people to see like how do they feel about being on the show and things like that. Sometimes some people say no. I don't get mad about it. It is what it is, And then the people that do want to be on the show, then I'm like, okay, I kind of look at their content, see what they do, kind of, what their target audience is. And then I try to create questions pretty much around that. So then once I kind of see, what type of content you put out, then I can kind of get a take of like how your personality is, or I can take like how like, some stuff may be not funny to you or what is funny to you. What are like always say, try to get people like, what are some of your triggers so that, I don't try to, hit anything or strike any nerve or whatsoever. The moment that I have the people and I have that all set in stone, then I make sure that I have a videographer. Because I would do it by myself, just put like the camera up and things like that. But this is Philly. People do steal. People do kind of, do like a little drive by, a little run by and just grab my phone and then just run and stuff like that. So once I have a videographer, then I have that all set in place. That's when I create the script for the show. And I pretty much do that around the participants that are going to be part of the show. And then once I have all that set up, we go outside, we make it happen, we have some fun. Right after that, then I get very stressed out with editing because I am my own team. I don't have any help when it comes to either like producing or things like I don't have any help or anything. So it's literally just me pretty much doing everything. And then once I edit it, I look over it. And then when I can't stop laughing and I feel as though this is really good, then I upload it.
Yeah. Well, for somebody who gets stressed out about editing and doesn't like it, the way you cut for the purpose of like comedic timing, like, with sitcoms, it's like you have to do the cutaway to the face to make it right. So that way, like the comedy, you've like mastered that. I mean, your cutaways, your looks over at the camera. Like it's funny. It's like next level funny, man.
Thank you. Always love looking over to the camera so that people can see. Like I know y'all hear what I'm hearing. Like I just know you hear this. I know you do.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. So now we've spoken about the artistic aspect of it too. The other side, you have your business hat. That you're putting on. Talk to me about your growth, and you can share as little or as much as you want about this. I know that you're monetized on multiple platforms.
Yes.
Can you talk about this? And like I said, we don't have to be all up in your pockets, but share as much as you feel comfortable with, because that's what people are dying to know.
Yeah.
They're like, is there any gold at the end of this thing?
Yeah, I mean there is gold for sure. It really all depends on. See, I'm monetized on 3 platforms. I'm monetized on Facebook. I'm monetized on YouTube, and I'm monetized on TikTok. Those are the 3 platforms that I'm monetized on. And of course, like they'll send you like an email, or they'll send you something saying like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of the creators program?" and things like that. That's kind of how TikTok started. So there is a lot of money that is really out there. There really is, and it's not like you make like one little video and then you kind of go viral. There are a lot of requirements, or there's a lot of things that you had to be eligible for the video to be monetized in the first place. Like on TikTok, the video has to be more than a minute in order for you to make money. So there were a couple videos that went like quadruple viral and it was only 30 seconds. So I really didn't get any money from that. So you really had to make sure that on certain, like I think on Instagram, it doesn't matter how long the video is. It all depends on the shares that you get. Same thing for Facebook. It all always just have to make sure that people are sharing it pretty much. But once you monetize, I mean, on TikTok, when I got my first check, it was $1,500. So, that helped out a lot with, that was like my season 1 of the Please Don't Irk Me show. So that helped me amplify and kind of grow bigger going into season 2. So I was able to get equipment. I was able to get microphones. We're able to get, lights and things like that to make things look like theatrical pretty much. So
Okay.
it is great monetizing on there. But like sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not. It truly all depends on how well your video does. Like there are times that I had to pay out for $300 because that month just wasn't that good. So it really goes up and down. It's not every single time where it's like a salary where like you'll get the
Right.
same thing each and every time. No, every 15th of the month, it could be $600, could be $700, could be 7,000. But it all depends on how well your videos are doing.
Right. Can you define well, like, without being too exact, is 50,000 plays worth $2,000? Like, is like what's like a relative number? This is all abstract to me, man. I get like 30 views. So
No.
I don't, this is all, I'd be lucky. I'd be lucky to get, I break 100 and I'm like, I'm on my way.
Okay,
I'm
no,
on my way.
listen, me too. When I hit 100, especially on YouTube, I'm like, woo, Lord, we are doing something. No,
Yeah, right.
so on TikTok, for example, if your video does not do more than 10,000 views, you're not going to get paid for it. Like, that's just
Okay.
point blank, period. Now, there was one video that I had, like, I think, 5.3 million views or something like that. That video got me, I think, like $3,000 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it really all depends on how long the video is, too. So let's say the video is 1 minute and 1 second. You're not going to get as much money if the video was 5 minutes long and you had the attention of people for the full duration of the 5 minutes. So it all depends on the viewership, how long it's being viewed, how long, it's called an impression click, meaning that
Okay.
like if somebody clicks your video because they're impressed by the thumbnail, you get money from that as well. That's another thing on YouTube too. So if you're keeping the people's attention, how many people are watching, and the impression click, that's where the money pretty much generates. So if the people,
Okay.
let's say you have a 1 minute video and a 1 minute video, or a minute and 30-second video, and people only watching 30 seconds of it, you're not going to get that much money from it. It all depends on how long they're watching the video.
Interesting. This is like gold. And thank you for being
There's so much
candid.
politics that goes into this
Yeah.
thing.
Right, yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are just out there like abstract. Like I learned more in that 30-second explanation than I did in the last 10 years, just like chatting around with people that are like,
Lord.
Yeah,
I mean, because one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell the truth. Like, and some people they think it's all glitz and glamour that like you want to be a content creator. I mean, it's fantastic if that's what you want to do, but there is a
Right.
lot that really goes into it. There's a lot of time and dedication, and even if you're not making the money, don't stop. Like the money
Right.
will
Yeah.
come, because I know some people, they see the blue check marks, they see the 1,000 followers, this and that. That's incredible. That's really awesome. But don't lose your momentum just because somebody else is doing something a little bit better, or they're at that level where you want to be. Just do it just for the love of it. Don't do it just because, I want to get paid. If that's going to be your outlook on this whole thing, you're not going to make it, and you're going to burn yourself out. And that's the last thing that we want to do when we're trying to be creatives.
Yeah. I mean, that was the same with music. My worst music came from trying to make something with mass appeal. Like I go in the studio and be like, I have this album, but I don't have a song that I think I could play on the radio. Let's go make a dancey one. Let's go make a hit, so to speak.
Right.
Hours later, I'm like, this is like my worst music. When I'm in there, like I just want to have fun. I'm telling
Right.
stories about my guy down the street. I got a song about my bartender. I got a song about my daughter. Like when I'm just like cutting myself open and just loving recording music. First off, the music pours out. Like I mean, my best songs I've recorded in like 30 minutes, But it's like that's when the best stuff happens. And that's the stuff that translates live well. That's the stuff that resonates with people. So the idea of, all right, I'm going to make videos that just do money. I don't know if that's the best. I feel like it's more, it does have to come more from like the inside. Like from
because
the
then
like,
also you're going to be losing out on money because you don't have the revenue to keep it going. Like, because sometimes you'll be dishing out money and you're expected to make money, but what if you don't make that money back?
right.
And now you're just paying somebody to just do nothing. Like, because your video isn't doing anything or your content isn't doing anything because your heart isn't in the right place.
Yeah, art as a business plan is like it's a weird dichotomy because so much of it's subjective. It's how you feel about it, it's how the people feel about it. And you're trying to master that chemistry for the sake of producing like a revenue stream is weird. It's always been weird to me. Some people are great at it. I've never been good at it. I know people that can sit down and be like, give me 30 minutes, I'll doctor up a hit for you.
Yeah,
it takes me. Yeah, ain't that
guy. I got to sit with it a little bit.
Yeah. So talking about all right. So obviously this is a music podcast. This is actually a good segue. I did that on purpose. So your history actually was in music. Like you went to school for music?
Yes, I went to school for music all the way from. Well, I mean, it all really started in church. That's where music really started for me. As you can see, I'm always saying, "My Lord Jesus Christ," but like So I mean, that's really where it really all started. So I started singing when I was, and I come from a family of singers. Like my pop, he had a record deal with Capitol Records back in the day, and he was called, I think, Two Brothers or something like that. But he was doing R&B at the time, even though he became a pastor later on. But he was doing R&B. So my father sings, my mother sings. So it was pretty much inevitable that I was pretty much going to sing, pretty much. And then when you grow up in church, it's like either you want to sing or you're going to play an instrument. You're just not going to be sitting around doing anything. You're going to do something today. So that's where I learned how to sing. That's where I learned how to play instruments, how to play the keyboard, how to play the drums, how to play the organ. And then I went to high school. I went to a high school called Girard Academic Music Program. It was a music school in a music magnet school in South Philly. So I was accepted into that. And that's when I really took music pretty much seriously. That was the time where I was just like, okay, now I really do want to sing. Now, this was the first time I really met people who could like really blow, like really sing really well. Because I was in my own little world, because everybody would hype you up like, oh, you can sing really well. But then when you go to a school that is filled with singers, you find out that you are just probably not the best one. I mean, I was still getting solos and things like that, but like there were people who were literally top tier. So I left there. Then I went to college. So that's where I studied music education. I wasn't able to finish because school became entirely too much money because I was going to school in Maryland. I was paying a lot out of pocket. So I really wasn't able to finish. So that was already depressing. But I still stayed with music. Like I still sing with groups. I still sing with choirs and things like that. Even on my platform, I talk about music as well. I like to do countdowns with certain artists. I like to do countdowns with certain music, And I think a lot of people always gravitate towards that as well, even though, I do the street interviews and things like that. I do love to be in my room and kind of just make videos about music, or do like music reviews. I even review people's CDs. Oh Lord, that's taking it back. People's albums.
So I review their cassettes.
Yeah, they're for sure, right? Okay. Yeah, so music is always going to be a part of my life. There will never be a time that like it won't be. I'm always still singing. I have full concerts in my car. I have full concerts in my, the shower.
Shower.
So,
Yeah.
right. And so music is always going to
Yeah.
be there regardless. But,
Okay.
I just found this avenue as, something different away from the music, because if the music didn't work for me, I knew that I would still have something else to kind of like, gravitate towards. But yeah, music has always been a part of my life, and it always will be a part of my life.
You got any recordings out there, man? Because I tried to dig up. I was like, let me find if this dude got any
No,
albums.
no. I mean, to be honest, I always play around when it comes to singing. I'm like, Figalo, Figalo. Like, I'm always playing around and stuff like that. But like anything
Yeah.
serious, no, probably not. Probably not. And in the
Okay.
future, yes. Well, there is one video out there that I'm singing, but I'm just harmonizing with like a group of people. And it's just like
Okay.
me being a tenor, there's an alto, and there's like a soprano.
Okay.
But there isn't really, no, not any like real recordings. Now there are choir recordings of me where you might hear my voice because it's very distinctive, but no,
Yeah.
there isn't anything now. Maybe I might have that confidence one day.
So we finished this podcast. Your genre of choice, right? We finished this podcast. You got to run to the store, start the car. What's playing?
Well, there's a few things. I love music just in general. So there's like, if I had to choose like my top 5 genres, it would be gospel, then it would be jazz, then it would be R&B, then it would be classical, I would say, and then probably the last one would be country. Honorable mention hip hop. Can't get away from that. I mean, all day, every day. Love hip hop. But yeah, gospel has just been, that was like my first love. So there will never be a time that gospel isn't playing at some point of the day. Jazz got incorporated when I got to high school, because then I was able to get a feel for jazz, kind of learn how to scat and things like that. Classical, I mean, when you're in high school, why does thing keep, oh my Lord. Okay, hold on one second. I'm sorry.
For those of you who are just joining, Theo just had a cataclysmic accident in his.
I don't know what even happened. It just happened. My Lord, the devil's so busy.
Yeah, all of Theo's equipment just collapsed, and now we're back.
I feel like this was a moment when we were doing the street interviews, and we just could not
and
stop
it was when you were
laughing.
talking about gospel. It probably was the bad spirits. You're like, I just love the Lord. I love gospel.
And the spirit's like, oh, you do? Huh? Oh, that's what you said. Okay.
Yeah, right. That's funny. All right, so what now? Gospel's it's kind of outside of my depth. I could name maybe like 3 gospel artists.
Really?
Who's somebody that should be on our radar now? Yeah, that we should be listening to.
I will hope that everybody knows about, and this is jazz, I will hope everybody knows about Samara Joy. I will hope that everybody in some type of way knows her. She is nothing short of amazing. She won Best New Artist at the Grammys, I believe, in 2022 or 23.
Okay.
She was the least popular person in that category and still won. She is just like top tier to me.
Samara Joy.
Another singer that I just love is Leandria Johnson. I love her a lot. I think she is really incredible. She's a gospel singer. R&B wise, I love Jasmine Sullivan. That she will always be top tier to me. Yeah, she will always be top tier to me. I love October London. I love him. I love Lucky Day. Lucky Day, oh man, that man is singing for sure. Those are pretty much some that's like in like, if I had to go to, it would be like one of them. Or Daryl Walls as well too, part of the Walls group. He's really amazing as well too.
Okay, cool, man. Have you ever met any of these folks, or you seen them live? Or?
No, I haven't seen Jasmine live. I actually did a video on Daryl Walls. He's like a Grammy nominated Stellar Award winner. And I mentioned him in one of my videos, and he actually commented on the video, was like, I'm totally honored that you even mentioned me in like your top 5 singers. So I haven't met him. Haven't met him yet, but I'm pretty sure that God has something ordained somewhere for me to meet these people.
Yeah, man.
I did see Jasmine Sullivan live, and she was nothing short of amazing from start to finish. I even have some of her videos on my YouTube channel where she was singing, and she sounds even better than the record.
Wow. That's awesome. Now here's a question. This is actually one of my favorite questions, right? I got to qualify the question first.
Okay.
Is there an artist, right, that if somebody heard you, they would be surprised that you like, or you maybe even surprised yourself, like for whatever reason, I just like this artist. For instance, I am like, if anybody met me prior to 2008, they'd be like, "Oh, he's a hip hop guy, trap music, hip
Mhm.
hop, 90s hip hop, whatever." And if anybody met me like after 2008, I got big into like all indie rock music, Kings of Leon, Mumford, Tame Impala, like all that cool alternative music. That's like my music,
Mhm.
right? However, if somebody got into my car, like I'm also what a lot of people don't know is I just like female pop music for whatever
Mhm.
reason. Ellie Goulding, Lady Gaga, Dua Lipa. Like you get in my car one day and be like, "Yo, my man got the Barbie song playing at like full," you
That
know?
soundtrack was
Like
really good though.
yeah, and I'm like Dancing Right Away is a bad song, you know? Like that's just something that would surprise people. Like I didn't
Uh,
even know you like the music. Do you have any kind of music or an artist like that people be like, "You like this?"
well, people are never surprised because I put on some of the craziest songs and they're just like, "Who the hell is this?" And I'm just like, "You don't know who this is? What are you talking about?" That would be a surprise. This may be a surprise. I have every single Kelly Clarkson album to date.
That's a surprise. I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. I didn't
Every
I
single
didn't see
one. You
that
could
coming.
play any song from any album. I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's this because that first album was a cover to cover. Um, or I mean even the second album too, but I am infatuated with Kelly Clarkson. There is just nothing there. Kelly Clarkson could curse me out, and I'd probably be like, "You're right.
Yeah, you
You're
probably you got
totally
a point.
right.
You got a point,
I
fellas.
was wrong. It was me. It was me. No, but she
Yeah.
is just incredible. She's a
Yeah.
fantastic vocalist.
Yeah, she was doing covers in her concert before like she came. I think she came out in a time then it was kind of hard to shine because like everybody was good.
Yeah.
She would do like there was footage of her. I found a YouTube video of her singing like a deep cut Black Keys song a cappella and killing it. And I'm like, yo, she's the real
She is
deal.
really
She's
the
like,
real deal. Like, and I
yeah,
always put people in like a category. Like, I really believe that Kelly Clarkson is like anointed. Like, there
right,
is really nothing that she can't sing. Like, there is nothing
right.
that, like, she'll listen to a song and you can tell she sits with the song. She doesn't just like go out there and just sing anything. And she really sits with the song and learns the meaning of the songs so that she can make sure that she portrays that well when she gets in front of a microphone. But there is nothing that that woman cannot sing. Like literally nothing on this planet she can't sing.
Yeah, she's next level. That's a good one. See, like I would have never guessed that. Like if I like
I
if
love
like
Kelly
if somebody
Clarkson.
pulled into the driveway and I heard like Breakaway playing at like
That's my
full
song
volume, I'm like,
too.
who's that in front of the house? Oh, is that Theo?
I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure when I blast my music, they're gonna be like, "Why is he playing Fall Out Boy?" Because they're amazing. Why would I not play them?
Yeah, Fall, that's another one.
I
I love Fall
love
Out Boy.
them. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we also came up in a time when at the time when we were having cable and things like that, when cable like first got established, because we were introduced to MTV and TRL and things like that. So we see a lot of bands, Green Day, we see Simple Plan, we seen all these different bands. So I was happy that I was able to listen to that type of music because that's where I learned like I love Sheryl Crow. Like,
yeah.
like the first cut is the deepest. Like I love Shania Twain, I love Celine Dion. Like these people who are not my color or the people that my people are used to, like
He said
listening.
my people.
Because some people they don't really listen to that stuff. If it's not R&B or rap
Yeah,
or hip hop, they think it's just like we're not supposed to listen to it. But I'm just like there are
yeah,
a lot of talented people out here that are white, that are Hispanic, that are more than what our color is, and they are doing it well, doing it very well.
yeah, man. That always cracks me up when a black dude has this like weird like left field taste. Like I'll be talking to one of my homies and they'd be like, bro, you know what this Radiohead is all about? Radiohead's all kind of dope. I'm like, is it?
That is so true though, because
Yeah,
some people really do get
yeah,
thrown off when I'm in my car, and my shuffle is ridiculous. It can go
yeah,
from "Nuck If You
yeah,
Buck" to literally like "Since You've Been Gone." Like it can literally
yeah.
go from side to side. People like your playlist got to chill. I'm just like, you never know what Siri wants to play. Whatever she wants to play, that's what's going to be played.
Don't you love it when you feel like you're like super in tune with Siri? Like I'll be driving sometimes and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna put it in God's hands.
Right.
And this was like banger,
Right.
banger,
No,
banger. I'm
really.
like,
I said that yesterday when I was driving. I was like, Siri, you're not playing today. And I'm so here
yeah,
for that. I really am. I love how you're adapting to my music. I love that for you. I
yeah,
really do.
yeah, yeah.
As a computer, you're supposed to.
Right. Well done, algorithm.
Right.
Well done.
Right. You did well today. Very good. Very good. My God.
That's fantastic. Dang, I totally lost my train of thought.
That's me every day, Lord.
Who's your that we haven't mentioned yet? Who's like your Take My Money band? They're coming to town. You don't even know what tickets cost. You know, if I have to sell a kidney, I'm going to this show.
Well, they passed away.
Oh,
So my two top singers of like all time, because I had a female and male one, just so people can like lay off of me, because they're just like, so what about this? What about this person? I'm like, just give me a gosh darn second, please. My number one female artist that if she was still alive today, it wouldn't matter how much money that it would be, I would definitely pay to go see, and that's Whitney Houston. I'm still, first of all, she has no reason to be gone. Like, I really feel as though like she should still be here guiding the new people, guiding the people that are coming up behind her, because Whitney was really good at finding great singers as well. Like she knew a great
really?
singer.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, probably Jasmine Sullivan. There wouldn't be that amount of money too, and Brandy. I think that's another person. Doesn't matter how much money it is. I would definitely pay that amount of money.
Yo, Brandy got joints.
Oh
Brandy's
my
good.
God.
Yeah.
And she still sounds amazing. I love everything
Yeah.
about her. My favorite male singer of all time is Luther Vandross.
Okay.
That's another her piece too, that like both of my favorite singers are like literally gone. And I wish I could go see them in concert. And even though they may not hit the notes right, the voice may be tired, I still would pay top tier money to just be in their presence, to be in the same room as them.
Yeah. Well, did you see the Luther documentary?
I did, yeah.
How good was that?
That was
I didn't.
fantastic. It really was. And I hate the way that they painted the show to kind of make it go viral, with the clip of him being gay and things like that, and them trying to put him out there. That's the only part I really didn't like about it, but I thought it was very enlightening. And I've seen sides of Luther that I've never seen before. But of course, you have to do something which is like, I call it clickbait. Where people, they have to do something. They have to bring something chaotic to attract attention to the documentary. So I thought it was distasteful that they did it in that light, and then try to put Patti LaBelle into it as well, knowing that she's living and that she calls that's like her brother. But I loved every part of it, every single part of it. I thought it was really amazing.
It's weird. I think because of the time that I grew up, I always wrote Luther Vandross off as like, oh man, that's like my mom's music. That's like stuff my mom would play going to the store. And then I heard his like older stuff, and I was like, oh, this is good. And then I realized like he was like in like he was like backup singing for Bowie.
Oh yeah.
When he did like the Real Americans album, I was like, oh. And then I didn't realize how much he wrote as well too. Like I thought he was like
his pen was lethal, literally lethal.
Right. Like I thought, because I think one of the main albums we always had in like the car was like him doing a bunch of covers.
Yeah.
So it was like the album, him singing Circles. And I forget what there was like two really big songs in there. I was like, oh, this is good.
A House Is Not a Home.
Yeah, that album. So I'm like, the Carpenter song. Don't you remember? Yeah. So like he sang that, and I was like, oh, all right. So he's like he does like covers. All right, that's cool. He's like and then I realized I was like, oh,
he did a lot of vocal arranging for a lot of these artists that were like at the top of their game, literally. Yeah. And he was right there beside them, creating magic and creating art, like literally. And then when I didn't know that he did the Broadway play The Wiz, where he wrote songs for The Wiz as well. So I was just like, that is just crazy how he has been working his behind off, and I can see why he got to the status of where he was. Like, I really did. Yeah. I didn't know about that car accident. That was really crazy, that he was in a really bad car accident with his best friend, and he survived, but the best friend died. I was like, I didn't know about that at all.
Yeah, I didn't know that he had I just thought he was like a big dude, and then he just lost weight as people do.
Yeah,
I didn't know he actually had like a eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, man, just an unbelievable talent. And then managing the stardom with the art. I mean, because deep inside we're like artists,
right?
Like there's a very few people that are built for that level of like fame and exposure.
You are so right, because I'm built for it, a little bit,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I see what fame really does to some people, and
Right.
I've seen some stories where a lot of people will, like, I mean, even the Bible says, "What profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?" Where you have people who are literally selling themselves in order to make it. You know, I'll never be at that level, and I know people say never, never, never. That'll never be
Yeah.
me. Um, I like my life, and I'm trying to go see God at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Well, think about that level of fame when you're younger. Like, I would like to think, hypothetically speaking, I would like to think I came into a situation, something big happened, song broke, I get to do an international tour.
Mhm.
I'd like to think in my 40s I can handle it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Don't know. I'd like to think I could.
right.
You give me that level of fame at 25, dude, I'm dead
Mhm.
by 28.
Well,
I
yeah,
can't. I can't.
for
I wouldn't
sure,
be able to
yeah,
handle that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because even when you have people like Chris Brown, Monica, Brandy, all these people started when they were teenagers. Michael Jackson started when he was a kid. So like, I can
Yeah.
understand that, like, when somebody has that type of fame, you wouldn't even know how to really even handle it in the first place. And you have people like, you know, Trey Songz and Chris Brown going off on people, having, you know, lawsuits and things like that because they don't know how to keep their hands to themselves and things like that. So I can understand, especially if you don't have the right team around you to hold you
Right.
accountable, because we even have artists out here who are doing the most, but nobody is telling them, like, hey, sit your behind down. Like, do you understand what you did was wrong? So I can understand, you know, me being at the big age that I'm at being 34, I would know that even with that fame, I know that comes with a lot of responsibility. And I'm going to make sure that, and even though I may get things wrong, I'm still going to make sure that I keep my name good. And not only my name good, my family name good as well.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that too is you have once you're that famous, there's very few people, if any, that are in your life that love you but don't need you.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine. So take I don't. Do you know the DJ Avicii? Oh, wake me
Oh
up
yeah. Oh
when
yeah.
you're gone. You know, so Avicii, like he's this young dude. He's talented, nice guy, shy kid, amazing producer in like the EDM world, probably 2010 ish, give or take a few years, right? And they're like, well, yeah, he's sick and he has these problems, but we also have this like international tour. So you have Avicii, but then you also have a dozen people that are
Yeah.
depending on him to do 200 shows in a year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the dude has like health issues, and he ends up being another sad story because there was enough people in his life that are like, look, man, I love you. I don't need you to perform. Like, I need you to be
Right.
good. You know, I need you to get good, man.
Even
You
the
know,
guy, I was watching a video. The guy that does Marvel, Stan is his name.
Lee.
So, yeah. And when they did a documentary on him on how people were mistreating him, and he would say, like, you know, oh, I thought I was finished for the day, and he's really not even all the way mentally there in the first place. And they're just
Really?
like, you're like, no, you still got a lot more takes to do today. And it's just like, we're just abusing people just because, like,
Really? I didn't know that.
and because, and sometimes they can't even defend themselves. You know, at that point, he's just trusting the people around them to do good by him, when that's like the total opposite. Because when people see that you're a money, that like you're a gold mine, when people see that the money is coming in because of you, they want the money to keep coming in, and they're not trying to stop
Right.
that revenue, because people love money and
Right.
people
Yeah.
love, you know, consistency. So if they don't see that money coming in consistently, they're just like, all right, so what can we do to make sure that you do make it happen? And it's just like, I'm actually dying inside a little bit, but okay.
Yeah. You see what athletes, right?
Yeah.
So a kid from like a not so hot neighborhood makes it in. Now his family is all surviving off his like one major contract.
Yeah.
He gets a head injury, and they're like, all right, well, you should probably hang up the cleats, bro. Like, this is your sixth concussion in like 2 years. And they're like, well, first off, I don't know what to do other than play football.
Yeah.
Also, how are all these people going to eat if I don't get, if I
Yeah.
don't get enough, if I don't play,
That's why
you
I'm saying
know?
you really have to have a good team around you, because even though one thing may be working for you, you need to find different avenues in different places where you can generate revenue. Like, even not to be spiritual, but even the Bible says that, like, God wants you to have seven streams of income. He doesn't want you to just rely on one stream of income. Like, he wants you to be able
Really?
to say, like,
They say that in the Bible?
yeah, they want you to have multiple streams of income, because you never want to just rely on just one income. Because what if one thing happens? Because that's why I do content creating. I do, even though I work and things like that, there's still multiple ways for money to be coming in. So, and even like Nicki Minaj, like, she's a rapper, right? but she has other businesses on the side where she has, her, I think, wine or something like that. Even Beyonce, where even though she's an entertainer, she has her alcohol, she has her clothing line. The I think it flopped, but she has her
Yeah.
hair care, things like that. So like, even though you do that one thing, make sure that you have your hands are on other stuff to make sure that even if you do lose that one stream of income, you have others to depend on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So if not content creating, what else would you do? Obviously, you sing. Obviously, you're crushing the videos. If you had to diversify further, like what's another interest you have that we might not know about?
Sleep. If I could get paid to do
Naps. What's the ROI on naps?
if I get paid to sleep, that would be a beautiful, beautiful job for me. I mean, beautiful. Um, if I could really do anything else, I would love to be like an A&R person or something like that. I
Yeah,
would I would
yeah,
love to be in like the music industry in some type of way. Where like, even if I'm a front desk person, meeting new people, yeah, but it will always still be something in music. I just wouldn't probably be able to get away from that, no.
that's so funny. I said the same thing. I'm like, look, if I'm not going to be touring, even in like small venues, I was like, I just want to be like around musicians. And
Yeah.
like I ended up doing this. I was like, I've had at least, and I feel it's weird even just saying this. Like it's not. I'm not saying this as a flex. I've had at least half a dozen conversations where somebody's like, bro, this is the best conversation I've ever had about music. And once you
Wow.
hear that 5 or 6 times, I'm like, oh, all right, well maybe I press record on one of these bad boys
And
and
and,
start a
and you
show.
did.
Yeah, 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 right. No, but yeah, I could literally do this all day, just like nerd out on music.
No, and even my friends too, because we're all musically inclined. Is that the moment we start talking about music, the moment we start talking about that person's album was lit, that's when we just start deep diving and going into so many different things.
Yeah, right.
And then hours are going by. I'm just like, yeah, so gotta go. Just to be clear.
Like that, like the Usher Chris Brown debate was actually like a good one. We could have spent an hour on that.
No, that was really good. And the crazy thing is that question will I would never that question will outlive me. I'm sure that it
Right.
will, like literally,
Sure.
because everybody that's the main one everybody goes to, the very
Yeah.
main one, because they put them two together a lot. One believes they can perform better than the other, and both of them believe that like they are top two at what they do, and that nobody can really touch them. So that brings up even more of a conversation where like they're so confident in themselves that like they even say like I am the best. Like there is nobody
Right.
better than me. But yeah.
As they should. I mean, it's you can't be performing at that level without believing in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So as we're winding down, I definitely want to be mindful of your time. You do have so much going on. If I was a fan of yours, I saw this interview, I was like, man, I like Theo, man, I want to support him. What's the single best way that a fan can come alongside and support what you're doing?
To go to my YouTube, that would be perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to my
Tap
YouTube.
that like button.
Yeah, hit a like, hit a comment, make sure you share it. I tell people the greatest way, because I think a lot of people get thrown off that like they see 10,000 subscribers and they're just like, oh, I made it. Like that's really not it. You're kind of like still at like, because I really thought I hit a milestone. I did. I'm totally grateful for every single subscriber. But then you're still kind of like at the bottom of the barrel. So like you still have to really push. That's why I really collab with people like you who, have a lot of connections, know a lot of people, because that you guys can push the video yourself. So the moment that the video is pushed, like that's why I told you guys, if we can get like 50 or 60 views within the first day, then the video is going to do what it needs to do. It's going to get to a lot more people. So the one way that people can really, help me out is my comment section. That is like the number one way, because when people comment, that means that they liked it enough that YouTube is going to push it to somebody else. So I always tell people I love my comment section. I don't care if you even say something bad about me. I'm going to comment back because it's still
Right,
engagement. So you may not like
right.
the video. You may say, "Oh, you look dumb." I go like, "I really do. Tell me the part that I look dumb," and then they'll just keep going. I'm just like, "Thank you for the engagement. That's going to help the video go to somebody else." A guy just did that. Actually, if you go to my page right now, like literally right
Yeah,
after we get off,
yeah.
there's a video
Uh-huh.
before our video. I did a short video, and this guy came at me and was just and said that like I have too many followers to be begging for people. And I'm just like, okay. So then like, begging because I use a certain sound where it's just like I don't have that many followers. And everybody uses it. So if you're trying to build on YouTube, use sounds, use music behind what you're doing. That's the easiest way to get more people to flock to your video. But somebody came at me and, I was just like, he was like, you need to worry about engagement more than subscribers, stuff like that. So I said something very smart back, because it's Mr. Please Don't Irk Me. You can't irk me because I will irk you more than you ever try to irk me. So, so now we're both irked. Oh my God. So now it's a whole world. No, but he definitely came at me and I came right back at him. And I was just like, yeah, so whatever we're doing right now, you're helping my video because the video was at like 300 views before he commented. By the time he finished commenting, is at 1.6 thousand. So like you just helped me.
Yeah, right.
So the easiest way is literally my comment section. Definitely subscribing, definitely liking, and leaving a comment because I will comment right back to you. I don't care if it was 3 years. Well, I've been on YouTube for 2 years. I don't care if it's 2 years ago. I'm going to comment and I'm going to say I just appreciate you for even clicking my video and even just watching in the first place. But yeah.
Well, I hopefully after this conversation, you already had a fan, but I hope you feel like you've gained a friend as well.
Listen, you got my number. We can go out for some beers or something. You already know, like literally.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I really just love your personality. I think it's more of like, and even though we met for the first time doing the street interviews, it was just the fact that like we hit it off like that. Like it didn't skip a beat. And even when we got on the phone for our initial conversation to doing this podcast show, and it was in the first 30 seconds that something in my heart was like, yeah, this is right. Like this is the way, and the way we talked, the way we laughed, and we didn't even know each other from a can of paint. We just met on Threads, literally.
Yeah, like no context at all. Yeah,
and then it was just history ever since then. Yeah,
yeah, man. Well, that's what we got. If we're not going to support each other, who will, man? So let me know what I can do. Let me just be a valuable resource to you, however I can be.
Yeah.
Stay in touch, please. I know you're busy as hell, but stay in touch.
Listen, my head is spinning these days, but I am so excited for all that God is doing. I know that it's a lot. And even me for myself, I'm just like, Theo, think about your mental, think about your mental, think about your mental. But every single time I get in front of people like you or somebody press record, it's just always heartfelt and always like warming to me. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, man. Well, I hope you are wildly successful. I hope you get everything you ever dreamed of. And you out there too. Please check out Theo Smith on the Please Don't Irk Me show. YouTube. Do you have audio stuff too? Spotify.
No, not yet, but that is coming. That is definitely coming closer towards the middle of this year. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So check out the Please Don't Irk Me show on YouTube. You gonna have some merch for us, man? They got the Please Don't Irk Me t-shirt.
You know what? That's coming as well. I'm trying to do that. That's the thing. That's why I'm so tired. I'm trying to do stuff. I have so many ideas that are literally just like going through my brain, and I'm just making sure that I'm writing it down and like really trying to execute one thing after another. So merch is definitely coming because I think it'll be great to have like Please Don't Irk Me or something like that,
Yeah. I'm like,
right.
No, don't irk me.
No, but thank you for the opportunity. Like, thank you so much, Julie. You really have no idea how much it means to me to be a part of what you have going on. And it is growing, it's doing great things. I love the way that you host. I love the way that you create. I love the way that you think. So I'm just in awe that you would ever think to have somebody like me on your show. So thank you. Man. Thank you.
You got it, brother. Well, enjoy yourself. You out there, thank you so much for watching Love Music. Check out my man, Theo Smith, the Please Don't Irk Me show, and tell somebody who loves music.